And so, let's go back to our story of Ali ibn Mahziyar. 20 years of Hajj. 20 years. Eventually, he goes to Mecca. He pleads and he begs. He knocks on that door and the door is finally open. He's guided by this young man to the outskirts of the city of Mecca. He is shown a tent that sits atop a hill. He sees there is light emanating from that tent. He climbs the hill. He enters the tent. He sits down in the presence of his master. Al-Hujjat ibn al-Hasan al-Askari, fidahu arwah al-alameen. He doesn't utter a word out of respect, only to hear the Imam say, Ya ibn Mahziyar, where have you been? Inna kunna nantadhiruka layla nahar. We have been waiting for you day and night. Ya Hujjat ibn al-Hasan, I've been waiting for you. He said to the Imam, Ya ibn Rasulullah, I would have come earlier. I've been yearning to come. وَلَكِنِّي لَمْ أَجِدْ مَنْ يَدُلُّنِي إِلَيْكَ. I couldn't find someone to guide me to you, to show me the way. What am I supposed to do? The Imam said to him, Ya ibn Mahziyar, is it that you didn't have a guide to bring you here? Or is it that you need to look at your own actions? لا ولكنكم تجبرتم على ضعفاء المسلمين. No, that's not the case. Do you know what your problem is? The Imam diagnosed his problem, which is something that we all suffer from. He said to him, you were concerned with making more and more money. Think about it, brothers and sisters. Let's be honest with ourselves on this blessed night. What is it that you're most concerned about? From the day we open our eyes and we start to comprehend the world around us, what do we desire the most? Isn't it money? Isn't it cars? Isn't it houses? Isn't it this? Isn't it that? When we pick a job, when we pick a field of study, when we go to college, everything we do, isn't it designed so that we could make money? The Imam said to him, your problem is you allowed something else into that heart, and that heart could not accommodate your Imam anymore. When you let something else into that heart, it cannot accommodate the Imam. Brothers and sisters, the reason we can't see the Imam is because these eyes are contaminated. Because we have seen so many sinful things, so many illicit things. How could this contaminated eye see the beauty of the son of Fatima az-Zahra? How could we expect that to happen? If only we saw the face of the Yusuf of Zahra, we would forget all about the Yusuf of Canaan. We'd forget about the son of Yaqub. Remember the one that the women cut their fingers off when they saw and were mesmerized by his beauty. The Imam said to him, Ya ibn Mahziyar, it's not that you couldn't find someone to guide you to me. It's because your heart was filled with desire for money. And also because you were a tyrant over the weak and destitute Shia and Muslims. You know how when we have money and we feel like we have power, right? How do we treat other people? With disdain. We look at other people as though they're lower than us. That's how most of us are. The Imam said to him, that's your problem. Subhanallah. Look at the way Ibn Mahziyar, there's a reason why he was allowed to meet the Imam and not me. Look at his response. May Allah bless him for the words that he uttered. He said, At-tawbah, at-tawbah, at-tawbah. I seek forgiveness from Allah. I apologize. He didn't argue with the Imam. He didn't try to deny, or he didn't try to bicker. He simply acknowledged his sin and he said, I seek forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Don't you think it's time, brothers and sisters, and I'll wrap up with this. I apologize, it's been so long. Don't you think it's time for us to re-examine our own flaws, our own deficiencies, our own mistakes, our own problems, and to then say, At-tawbah, 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 so that maybe, just maybe, we get to meet Him, we get to see Him. Many scholars have, many ulama have, many pious people have. There's that man who says, I was in Karbala visiting the shrine of Imam al-Hussein. I was sitting down. My group was over on the other side. And as I was sitting, this person came and sat next to me. And we started speaking, and I felt this incredible connection with him. I felt absolutely bedazzled by him. I fell head over heels in love with him. So I said to him, you're a stranger, but I feel so close to you. Could I maybe see you again? When will I be able to see you? He said, you'll be able to see me tomorrow when your reciter recites the musibah of my uncle Abbas alayhi salam. He said, so then he got up, and in the hope that I'll see him tomorrow, I didn't say anything. He got up and he left. As soon as he left, I thought to myself, what did I do? Who was this? What was that connection? Why would he say the musibah of my uncle Abbas? Who can say my uncle Abbas? I spent the rest of the time, every waking moment from that time until the next day, beating myself up and saying, well, will I be able to see him? Will I be able to kiss his feet and his hand? I could not rest, I could not sleep. I waited until the next day. I'm still crying, I'm still in agony and pain, thinking, how could I have missed out on this opportunity? I go into my group, where my group was. I sat down, sad, broken. He said, suddenly the reciter got up and he started reciting the Masa'ib of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. He said, so I walked out and I saw him leaning back on the wall, his head placed between his legs and crying for his uncle Abbas. Let me say this, brothers and sisters, and leave you. Let us ask Allah, in the name of the two severed hands of Abbas, that He releases the hands of our master Al-Hujjat ibn al-Hasan. Oh Allah, say it with me and say it while you mean it. Oh Allah, this is a grave prayer. This is a painful prayer to make, but let's all make it. Oh Allah, in the hands of Amirul Mu'mineen that were tied as he was pulled from his home to the masjid, we ask you to release the hands of Al-Hujjat ibn al-Hasan. Oh Allah, in the hands of Fatimah al-Zahra, that accursed man said, Ya Qunfudh idribha. Oh Qunfudh, beat her, whip her hands. We ask you in those hands to release the hands of our master Al-Hujjat ibn al-Hasan. Allahumma kulli waliyika Al-Hujjat ibn al-Hasan. Salawatuka alayhi wa ala aba'ih. Fi hadhihi as-sa'ati wa fi kulli sa'a. Waliyan wa hafidha. وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتم